Hello everybody, this is Garam, and of course I am ignoring reality. Alright everyone, you read the title of the video, you know why you're here, so let's get started. First thing you want to do is launch the program. Silly, I know it, but we'll start there anyways. Gonna go into full feature mode. Okay, this is what it looks like when you launch the program. I went ahead and left all these images and videos here from a little project I did earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and leave them there so I can use them in this illustration. This is what you call the timeline right here. So what we're going to do is put something in it so that we can begin our editing. This is the intro that you all watched to get here. I'm going to go ahead and pull it down. It's just a drag and drop and put it right there. Gonna hit the space bar, and you can see right there that it has picture and audio. Now the picture is at a reduced quality. It does this so that you can edit the picture without stressing the machine too much. After you're done with your editing project, go right here and it will export whatever you've created to whatever file that you choose, and it will restore the quality of this project to all nice, pretty, and polished. That's how you drag a little video there. You can see that this video goes from 0 seconds all the way up to 10 seconds. So this is 10 seconds of our timeline. This right here shows you the video, and this highlighted box here shows you the audio. Say you need to strip the audio out of a video. You right click on this and you can audio detach. It'll go ahead and drop it down right here into a little timeline of its very own, and from here you can see, even though we have detached the audio, it is still perfectly synchronized with the video. What we can do now is select the video, come here, chop the video, come here, chop the video, grab this middle part and exit out. What we've done is made our first little edit. We have removed a few seconds out of this intro video. So let's see what it did now. Okay, awful, right? So what you can do is hold Control Z and it'll bring it right back for us and even put it back in the same spot. Now, like nothing ever happened. Okay, so beyond that, say instead of a video, we want to drop in a picture. So, this is the picture right here of my online avatar. I'm going to go ahead and grab him and drop him. Now what this does is each one of your pictures, when you drag and drop them onto the timeline, will automatically set them for about 5 seconds. Okay? And pressing play. No audio, no movement. It is just a picture. There's no audio with it. But since we have detached the audio here, we can grab this and drag it over there, put this back at the beginning of my picture, and now my picture has sound. Not the sound I want, but still sound all the same. Okay. Now what I typically use this picture for is putting in speech bubbles so that my little guy can say something usually kind of stupid. So let's go ahead and try that. We'll go to Text. Now here it has a variety of arrangements. So let's say we want to do like a speech bubble. Right here, we'll grab it, drag it, and drop it. The speech bubble is now set to 5 seconds, which is the standard for text and pictures and so forth. Now if I wanted to expand the length of how long the speech bubble stays on the screen, you wait till it does this little symbol right here, grab it, and drag it as far as you want it to be. You want it to be 8 hours long? Go nuts. Okay, but I don't want mine to be 8 hours long, so I'm going to grab it, shrink it, and look right here. See, it has a little magnet effect. It tries to find where it thinks you're going to want it to go. It wants to synchronize with the end of this picture. That sounds pretty good to me. So now let's see what it looks like. Okay, speech bubble's good, but it doesn't exactly look like Garam is saying it. So we're going to highlight this, give it a quick double click, come over to the speech bubble, grab it, drag it, right there. And now, right there. Okay, but really don't want him saying that, so again we're going to select this, come up, and okay, but say I want to run a little bit long. Well, that obviously doesn't fit, so we have a couple of options here. We can either go up here and drop it down. Still doesn't fit. Okay, now this is the font size. We can go in this, make it absolutely massive. Would be silly, but that is an option. Or make it a little bit smaller. Make it a little bit smaller. Get it to fit really nice. Now that looks pretty good, but that font that we have has a shadow effect, and sometimes that shadow effect can make the font a little bit hard to read. So we'll go to Customize, Shadow, and see how Apply Shadow is selected? We can deselect it. Took the shadow out. We also can come over here and bold it. A little bit difficult to read. We could take that out, put the italics on. Okay, let's go back up to fill. Now let's say we don't want the letters to be black. We can drop this down, turn them red. Or blue, whatever. Okay, now we want to add an effect to it. This is set on standard, no effect, but then we can try out a couple. Maybe find one that makes it look a little bit better. Okay, see, now this one is a little bit hard to read, but say you really like the color, really want to stay with it, but maybe make it easier to read. Okay, so let's go down to border, select it, it jumps it up. Apply border. Okay, doesn't look like it did anything because the border came up as white. Select this, turn it black, and this is the size of the border. We could drag it down one. Still too big, makes it look all funky. We can also blur the border. Doesn't make it any easier to read, but that does allow you to kind of make your own shadow effect there. Or you can make the border more opaque, almost like you've done nothing at all. Okay, so let's go back to trying to fix this. We can go back to Fill, Standard Lettering, Border, deselect the border. Now, if our letters were larger, like this, okay, that looks pretty good. You could also change the font style. I usually go with Comic Sans. Makes it look kind of funny. Okay. Can come over here at the space bar, kind of knock it into the middle, a little easier to see. But now that that's bigger, we can go to the shadow, or not the shadow, the border. Put the border back on. It's not too bad. And then from there, you could even make the border a lighter color. Tons of options here, guys. Or make it a wildly contrasting color. See? Okay, from there, if we want to continue playing around, we can put the shadow back in, make it look like it's jumping off a little bit. But say you don't want just the typical shadow, you want the letters to lean. You can do this. This program does everything it can to make this super simple. Say you find one you really like. Okay, we want to keep it like that. Great. So we can go ahead and hit return. It'll bring us back here. The media tab down here. And this will show us all the pictures we were working with before.